Well, good afternoon, everybody from Hog Haven Family Farms. It has been a really long time since I've posted. I've been ridiculously busy, which has been great, but not so great for making videos. So I thought I'd do one today as I was out here getting some work done, and I was just thinking to myself, there's a lot of people in this world that pay to exercise, and you can probably hear me out of breath. I am not in the shape I used to be. I'm 44 years old, so you know, that age, it does catch up with you. And my plan is to do this on the side, and this is one of the reasons, is to keep myself in relatively good condition. Switch things around here and give you an idea of what we're doing today. All right, so we had some trees come down on our fence. I'm getting ready to move some cows through this piece, and you can tell it definitely needs some grazing. It's starting to become pretty infested with common buckthorn, which is a plant that we deal with pretty heavily here in Minnesota. And it's one that you can tell takes over your understory. And the problem with that is it's really difficult to get young oaks or other native trees established with a sub-canopy of common buckthorn. And that is the predicament that we're in here in the Midwest and probably elsewhere in the world. Is, you know, common buckthorn and other non-native woody plants are coming in, and they do quite well, as you can tell, and our native plants do not. Now, there's actually a reason for this. It's because European earthworms, or like everybody says, worms, you know, they're a great indicator that you've got good soil. Yes, you've got lots of organic material. Yeah, worms are going to come in. It's a great thing you can use as an indicator species that you've got good soils. But it's important for, I think, us natural resources practitioners and for land managers, farmers. We're kind of all doing the same thing here. We're all managing natural landscapes, maybe for different reasons and for different priorities and for different objectives, goals to achieve from it. But we're all in this together, and so it's important that we understand what's happening in our natural world and why. And so what's happened is we've got European earthworms that were moved here from European settlement, and they were brought into a native landscape that previously did not have worms. Yes, that is right. Minnesota did not have earthworms. Maybe if you go into southern Minnesota, you would have some. The glaciers didn't touch that area of the state, and so worms were able to survive. But in this area, the glaciers came through, scraped our soils, killed any worms that would have been here, and then we had this natural community that established itself, and it was wonderful, and it was great until we had earthworms that came in, and they changed the soils to European soils. You have to mind the wind here, folks. You know what? This is outside. This is real life. But yeah, earthworms come in, and hence the name European earthworms. Change your soil to European type soils, which means that you have a mineral base right away. You don't have that organic duff layer that was historically on the top of our soils, and that is pretty important for a lot of our native trees to get established. They can still germinate. You'll still see oaks germinating, but now they're up against shade. You can tell the canopy here is shade. Oaks, little oak trees need 60 to 70% sunlight, and if they're underneath a sub canopy of buckthorn and honeysuckle and other non-native plants, they're gonna have a really hard time getting established. And that is what we're doing here today, is grazing this. I'm building my cattle herd to graze this harder and open things up, and then you'll be amazed at the natural plants that'll come in by themselves. So thought I would give a little update about that. But back to what we're doing. We are cutting trees that have fallen down over the fall winter season onto my fence. You can tell it just, this one here had destroyed this fence. That was the end of the log there. And so I've been busy bucking things up. I thought I might as well take it as firewood. It's good oak firewood. It was a dead branch that had kind of cured itself on top of the tree. Came down on my fence, had some definitely some weight behind it, killed my fence. but at least I'm getting some firewood out of it. So that's what we're up to today. I will be busy repairing this fence, and I think this might be the last one that I have on top of my fence line. I've got some work to do this summer. Like I said in the beginning, I'll be moving the cattle into this piece, and then I'll be moving them on to a new piece that I have for grazing, and that will get them out of this area. And then this summer I'll have the ability to unhook the charge for this fence line and really give it a good once over. So that's my plans today. It's probably right around noon. It's a beautiful day today here in Minnesota. We are into the beginning of June, and that's kind of crazy how fast this has come on. I've got some really fun stuff that's happened the last little while. We did get a new sheep. I have not shared that yet. I think we've settled on the name Jasmine, which is going to be pretty awesome. So another red-headed Tunis. Pretty excited about that. So I will start sharing that with folks. And as I graze this next piece, I'll try to share some of the workings of that, because it's going to be new for me, figuring out solar chargers and that up on that piece to be able to keep the cattle in that area. So that's all for now. Enjoy the day, folks, and my name's Stephen Hogg. I work as the owner and operator of Hog Haven Family Farms, but it is not one that I do by myself, and that is a reason why we call it Family Farms, is because it is my hope that we continue to grow, continue to have other properties that we manage / farm, and my kids can potentially move into that. So that is my objectives of doing this. Kind of a fun thing. I do rent a chicken. I'm going to be actually on the radio very soon, so I'll be sharing a little bit more about that. So that's kind of exciting thing coming up this summer. And I think that's all for now. So over and out, everybody. I'm just babbling on. So I'm just going to turn this one off, and we'll talk to you all later. Thanks, everybody.